Hello, 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 and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. I jumped on quickly here this morning to give a message that is unusual for me to give. And first, I want to just, before I get into the message, say thank you for tuning in. If you're already a subscriber, but if you're not a subscriber, do me a favor and subscribe. Hit the bell on there, and also share the video if you are led to do so. As you know, I'm Helena, or this is Raw Ministry. And again, thank you for tuning in. But anyway, let me get back to what I jumped on here for. So I had a dream last night, and I'm not, God doesn't lead me to give anything about my dreams. Some people, every dream they have, they jump on and they give something about it. Maybe they're led to do that. I am not. Wisdom sometimes tells me, that dream is not for now, or it's not to be given. It's just for something for me to know. Okay. But this particular dream I had last night, excuse me, just waking up a little bit ago, drinking my lemon water, trying to clear my throat. I don't remember everything verbatim that happened in the dream, but the part that stuck out the most in the dream that I believe the Lord wanted me to remember was I was visiting a relative, and they were getting either ready for church or to go to choir rehearsal. I can't remember if it was just choir rehearsal or was choir rehearsal. You know how you do rehearsal sometimes before the church service starts. So they'll have the choir come a little early, maybe to go over a song they just learned to make sure it's okay or something like that. I can't remember if it was a church service or whatever we were going for, but she had choir rehearsal. So I'm going to jump to the part, get right to the point. We get there to the church. Some of the members were already in the choir. She might maybe been a little late because they were already rehearsing. And there were people walking around, so I would take it probably was going to be a church service. There were ushers, different people getting things in place. So when we went in, she went on directly to the choir. There was like a couch bench or something sitting off from the choir. I do believe it was, in the area of the church. It was. And it was sitting back off to maybe your left, like. And so I saw it, and I just went and took a seat. So I sat down in the seat, and excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let me get something to drink. This 1 second. That's better. So I saw the seat. I went and I sat down. It was it seemed like to be a two-seater, left and right. So I sat on the right side, like where I'm sitting on my couch now. I sat there and I sat back, and I'm just enjoying, them rehearsing the songs and stuff, watching the people walk by, people coming in, stuff like that. And so I'm just looking, and I noticed like the usher, she kind of walked past and she kind of stopped a little bit, like she wanted to say something. And then another usher, walked by. I said hello, they spoke, but it was kind of like they were, like I felt uncomfortable. So when the usher came back by, I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back in the vision and see it. I said to her, I said, is something wrong? And in my spirit, I felt like in the dream, I'm like, am I sitting in the wrong seat? Is this a special seat? And I didn't know, And that's what I said. I said something to that to that effect to her. And she kind of was like, well, that's the first lady's seat. And I said, oh, I didn't know. I'm a visitor. I came with my cousin. I said, I didn't know. Nobody told me. I said, well, you could have said, you guys could have said something. I would have moved. And then she was like, well, she was hesitant, like. And she was like, well, it's okay because there is no first lady anymore. Now, I don't know if this meant she had passed away or they had divorced or what the situation was. She didn't go into detail. She kind of said that, and walked off. But I just noticed as everybody came in, people were looking at me, sitting in that seat. So something had happened with my sinuses or something. I sneezed or whatever, and I got up out of the seat and I went to the restroom. The rest of the dream is not important. It was just a point of sitting in that seat. So after I had a little bit more of a dream, which didn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know what it meant, because I'm not an interpreter of dreams at all. Not unless the Lord gives me something, which this particular part of the dream, he gave me something about that particular part. So I woke up out of the dream and I looked at my clock. It was 6 o'clock this morning. And so, well, before I looked at my clock, when I woke up, I heard seat of honor, mercy seat. But then I heard seat of honor. Seat of honor. So I reached over to get my phone, because if I don't do it right then and put it in my phone or write it down, sometimes I forget. Okay, and the Lord has to, takes time to bring it back to me. So I put it in my phone and I laid there for a minute and I was thinking, okay, seat of honor, seat of honor. So again, I get dreams and I get words. But I always ask the Lord, am I to give a word from that? He'll tell me yes or he'll tell me no. But this was an unction in my spirit to get up and to give this word. And what I want to say in regard to this before I go on, there is a lot of videos going on about marriage and who your kingdom spouse is and all these different things. And I'm not saying the videos are not from the Lord. I'm not. I can't say that. I just know a lot of times when I see them, go to listen to them, God will tell me to turn it off. So I do that. Now, some of them he'll let me listen to. However, I don't get anything about marriage. I don't. Okay, I never do. I'm more of a warning. I give warnings, and every warning I get is not for me to get on here and give it. God don't give me every warning. Sometimes he'll give it to me and I'll give it somewhere else. But it's not for me to jump on here every time I get a warning. Some things you have to use wisdom. It's just not meant to be said, or it might not be the right time. Amen. But this particular portion of this dream, in my spirit, I knew I had to say something. This particular portion of the dream is about marriage. It's about marriage. And it brought me to, because I went and I looked up seat of honor. And so, excuse me, I'm so sorry. That's so rude. Anyway, seat of honor, it says it's reserved for the master of the banquet or his guest or his guest with the highest status. Those of the highest position sits closer to the master of the banquet. A seat for someone who is being honored during the ceremony. Again, I was sitting on the right side of the couch with this little bench seat thing. And so, I did. I looked up. I'm like, well, what all are you saying, Lord? What all am I getting from this? He did give me Matthew 22:44. And he said, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at the place of honor at the right hand until I humble your enemies beneath your feet. Yes, that was, that is part of it. But the Lord said, no. This is more in regard to marriage. And I'm like, Lord, is that you? Because I don't talk about marriage. So then I start getting things dropping in my spirit about Esther, Vashti and Esther. And how, Esther was disobedient to the king, to her husband, when he called for her. I'm just paraphrasing it. Um, but the king, after that, he made some new rules. He made some new laws in regard to this, him and the nobles, and or him and his people, whatever you want to call them. And so uh, he, in there, he, made it a point that he was going to look for a new queen. Okay. Now, I don't know if this means that when she said to me there was no longer uh, a first lady, I don't know if she had passed away. I don't know if there was a divorce. I don't know if she had left him or I don't know what the situation was, because all I heard was what she said. And then she said it and she walked off. I don't even recall seeing her anymore in the dream. Again, I don't give messages about marriage, but here is the thing that here's the message I have to give this morning. There's some women who are going to be placed in the seat of honor through God's mercy. His mercy is going to place you in a place. You will be the new queen. You will be the new wife. You will be the wife. I'm not too much into this first lady thing. I never have been. Because to me, when you say first lady, to me it opens a door for there to be a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth. We have to be very careful with our words. Okay? And maybe that was in the dream. She said there is no longer a first lady. Because some things open doors to things, to other places and things that the door shouldn't have been open. Pastor's wife is good enough. Whatever her name is should be good enough. There is only one first lady, and that is in the White House. That's my belief. Okay? Anyway, moving on past that. You can take it, you can leave it, doesn't matter. But moving on from that, there are some, and I'm hearing replaced. There's some wives, and you don't have to take this word, it's okay. There's some wives who are being replaced. It doesn't necessarily mean you did anything wrong. It could be that that they've done anything wrong. I'm sorry. It could be that they have passed on. Okay. But the word is, because I want to shorten this and get it, there are, and I keep hearing, some taken down and some put in place, removed out of place, and others put in their place, because it's kingdom time. Yes, beauty is fine in the marriage, sexiness, all of that is beautiful, wonderful. But this is about the end time kingdom work. Couples are being placed together, a man and a woman. Let's get this right. Are being put together because of the end time work. Remember, Vashti was moved, and Esther was put in her place for such a time as this. She was put in that place because she had to save the Jews. Okay, she was destined for this. So it had to happen. So it's going to happen. Don't rush it. Don't get in the way of it. Let God place you in the seat of honor. Remember, I just went in visiting with someone and I sat down in the seat of honor, in the place of honor. Okay, so let God do it. Don't search for it. Don't keep listening to all these different words that's telling you what he gonna look like, how he gonna. Now I'm saying sometimes that is true. You do get messages, and they are from the Lord. And I'm not, just take it to God. Take it to the Lord. When you hear it, take it to Him and find out if it's for you. Okay, it may not be for you. It could be for your sister or your cousin. Find out. Okay, if it's for you. But really, that's it. that's really all I wanted to say. I just want to let you know that there are some replacements happening. One is being moved out for another to come in. Again, uh, you know, take this how you want to take it. I don't mean literally God is going to make somebody get divorced so somebody else can be with them. But if you're not evenly yoked, there are things that need to be done. There are things that need to be done. And I'm not going to say everything. But this is an end time kingdom marriage. They're end time kingdom marriages. They're end time kingdom marriages. They must be matched up two by two. Kingdom marriages for such a time as this. So, amen. Thank you for listening to this word. I pray that if it is for you, that you search it out, hear more on it, and get in the place that you need to be in so that when honor comes for you, you can receive it. Amen. Amen. Have a great day. God bless.